Hey everyone, welcome to Math 133, our first day, day one of Math 133 this fall. My name is Joe Hopkins, and also on the call we have Cindy Cummings. I am going to be the instructor for Math 133. Cindy is going to be the instructor for Math 033 or O33, whichever one you want to call it. Uh, Cindy's going to be teaching the O33 class in the evening. We also have Elaine. She's going to be teaching the morning O33 class. So Cindy, I don't know if you want to say, I'm sure you met everyone yesterday,
I did
but I
meet
don't know if you
some
want to say hi real
yesterday.
quick.
I
Great.
noticed a few new faces, so yes. Last night we had our first O33. Um, I guess the main takeaway is we want to make sure that you guys know that you can attend either the morning or the evening. So the morning starts at 9:30 on Elaine's Zoom link. That's at the top of your O33 Canvas course. And if you choose to come in the evening, at 6:30, I teach the same thing that Elaine's going over in the morning. So you don't have to attend both. You don't have to always attend at night. You can switch those back and forth, however your schedule works for you. Sorry.
Cindy and Elaine will be teaching on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's new for them, but they'll be teaching the O33 class Monday and Wednesdays. And like Cindy said, you can attend either one. So if you want to attend the morning on Monday and then you want to attend the evening on Wednesday, that's fine. The same thing is true for my class, Math 133. I'll be teaching on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And again, I'll be teaching at 9:30 in the morning and 6:30 in the evening. Uh, you don't have to attend both the morning and the evening, but you can switch back and forth if you need to. So if you want to attend like the evening class on Tuesday and then the morning class on Thursday, that's fine. Okay. Um, a little bit about me. As I said, my name is Joe Hopkins. You can call me Joe. And I have been teaching for a long time. Well, it's been a long time since I've taught. I graduated from Western Michigan University with a master's degree in applied mathematics. After that, I taught for a year, and then I went into industry. I worked at the NSA, the National Security Agency, out in Maryland for 4 years. After that, I was working as an applied research mathematician. After that, I worked at Quicken Loans, now called Rocket Mortgage, for 9 years, working as a data analyst. Recently, I've been working at a company that works closely with the SEC. And I've been working again as a data analyst. That's my full-time job. Teaching is my part-time job. I'm an adjunct. But teaching is something I really love. I'm glad to be back doing it. Um, all of this stuff in the statistics class, I've gotten to use in real life in actual jobs. So if you're ever like, why do I need to learn this? I can tell you places that I've had to use all of this statistics stuff. Um, anyway, I uh, for personal life, I'm married to my wife for 20 years. We have 3 kids, and we also have, there's a lot of living things at my house. We've got 2 dogs, 3 cats, and last we counted, we had 29 chickens. Um, uh, the uh, the sheep and the turkeys are not here anymore. They got sold this past August, but uh, there's a lot of living things in my house. Um, in whatever free time I have, I am a board game designer. So everything back here, these are board games. These are not all games that I designed. These are just board games that I like playing. My game is this one. My board game that I designed is called Endangered. It is a cooperative game where you work together to save a species from extinction. It's available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Here I'll drop a link for you in the chat if you want to check it out. But the probability stuff that we're going to be talking about in the statistics class, I actually used a lot of probability, in designing my games. So there you go. Um, anyway, so that's enough about me. I'm sure you don't want to hear about me all night long. So, we can talk about the class though. So, I'm going to share my screen, and there we go. So there's that. Um, all right. Can you see my screen okay? All right, great. As I said, this is Math 133. So here we are in Canvas. And if you hit this up in the upper right, there's a collapse all button. So if you hit that, it'll collapse everything. Otherwise, you got to do a lot of scrolling. So this is the Math 133 class, and you guys for the evening are enrolled in BCI 2, but I have my classes combined. So if you're concerned, you're like seeing this as BCI 1, you're like, oh, it's the same information, okay? It's the same class. So um with that in mind, so I'm gonna go through some of the stuff in here so we know what's going on. Um, so first of all, the link to Zoom, you guys are on it. So good job there. But you can find the Zoom link here in Canvas as well. Um, so the where to get help. So the free tutoring center, there's a tutoring center on Jackson College campus, and all of the tutors that they have there have taken this course and they've passed and done well. They've also gone through training in order to learn how to be a good tutor. So it's great. So if you're trying to decide between paying for a tutor or going to the free tutoring center, I would definitely recommend the free tutoring center. Partly because there are some things that we'll be doing in this class that might be a little bit different from other math classes. So like there might be a few formulas that are different. So make sure you're doing it the way that we teach it in the class, because we want to make sure that you're getting the points. Okay, so if you're using the wrong formulas, I'm not going to be giving you any credit for that. So yeah, use our tutors. Okay. That's big. All right. Um, this class is very full. There is a lot of topics. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to cover. Okay. So part of the reason for that is because this class transfers to a 4-year course. It transfers to a 4 credit um, course at a 4-year university. So if any of you are starting out here at Jackson College, I know we have a lot of freshmen here, and you're going to be with Jackson College for 2 years, and then you're going to transfer over to a 4-year university. We need this course to be able to transfer. We don't want you to have to retake statistics. Okay, so because of that, there's a lot of topics that we're going to have to cover, and so it's easy to get behind in this course. So there's a lot. This course is no joke, but don't worry, we're here to make sure that you have every chance at success. Okay, so the majority of my students last semester scored a 4.0, so you guys are in good hands. Um, so with that all said, this class is different from other courses you may have taken. It's reversed, okay? So in a normal math class, you'll come to the Zoom session, or you come to the class, and I'll lecture you and teach you stuff. And then on your own time, you go and you do your homework, right? And that's not what we're going to do here. It's the opposite, okay? It's flipped. So what's going to happen is today is day 1, and you can see here that some of the things I've assigned that are due August 28th are these lecture notes, okay? So what you'll do is you'll go here to Canvas, you'll click on the lecture notes, and the lecture is what you're going to do for your homework. It's what you're going to watch, okay? So these lecture notes, there's a video, there's some videos that are going to have Alana Tuckey, and she's going to be lecturing on the material, and you'll just follow along and you'll write exactly what she writes in the course pack. And that's going to be what you'll do on your own time. Okay. Then when you come to my class, we're going to be doing the homework stuff. So all of the assignments in the class. Okay, so it's the opposite. So, for example, you'll notice that September 2nd, we are going to cover the Chapter 2, Project 1, and we're going to be doing that one in class together so that by the end of the class, you'll have it finished. Okay, so it's the opposite. You do the lectures on your own time, you do the homework in class with me. Okay, so that way you're going to get 100% on all your homework. Okay, so, because we're going to give you the answers. Okay, we're going to make sure that you get all your questions answered. Okay. With that said, it's important to come to the classes because otherwise you're going to have to do these assignments on your own, okay? Which you can do, okay? But if you come to the class, that's the best way to succeed here, okay? Um, okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So going back up here, we talked about where to get help. We'll come back to the technology and info. Uh, Under important documents in Canvas, here is the syllabus. And we click on that, this is going to open up. So I'm just going to open it up over here. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Uh, so here's the syllabus. Uh, so there I am. There's me and my family. So, um, anyway, my baby, this is when she was like a couple weeks old. So she now is 14 months old. So she's still cute. She's a year old, but um more of a handful now. Anyway, so this is a 4 credit class. Uh, as I mentioned earlier, you can come to the Tuesday and Thursdays. You can come either in the morning or in the evening, 8:30 from 6:30, which is what you guys are in right now. Zoom link, and then here's my email. If you need to email me, that's fine. This is my again, I this is a my part-time job, so I check my email maybe once a week. So if you have something important that you need to get a hold of me on, you need to reach out to me on Remind. Okay. So, um, Cindy, do you mind dropping the info in Remind on how to get onto Remind here in the chat? So I think it was like Matt 033133F, something like that. Um, so hopefully everybody is already on Remind, but that is the main way that we are going to be communicating outside of class. So that's the best way to get a hold of me. I also have my cell phone here. I know some instructors don't give out their cell phone, but I am going to drop mine here. So feel free to put that in your phone. You can text me or give me a call. Um, I mean, don't call me at 1 a.m., but that's if you have something important that you need right away, you can reach out to me on Remind, or if it's an emergency, you can give me a call. Okay, so yeah, one of the reasons why we have Remind is because we need a second way to get a hold of you. So um if like if something were to happen to our system, I need to be able to let you know what's going on. So it hasn't happened. So didn't happen with Jackson College, but like Jackson High School, like 2 years ago, they got hacked, and their whole system was down. Like they couldn't do anything. So, if the only way I can contact you is your Jackson College email, and that's been hacked, then I need a different way to get a hold of you. So, that's why I'm asking for you to join Remind. It's also why I dropped the link to the survey. This survey here, somewhere in here, it'll ask what your cell phone is and your personal email. So if you can please provide those, that way I have multiple ways to get a hold of you. Like there was someone last time that they didn't show up to the midterm, and I was like, what's going on? And I texted them. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was asleep, so I can wake you up. So okay, so let's jump back over to Canvas. Um, So today is August 26th. We're covering how Math 133 works. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to do any math today. So thank you, Cindy, for dropping that in the chat. So if you have not joined Remind, that is how you will do it. You'll send a text to 810101 and message at math 033 133 F for fall. So okay, so the assignments that are due this upcoming Thursday. You need to fill out the survey. That's the same one that I showed you a second ago that I dropped the link in the chat. Um, and it's worth points. Okay, so I know it's like 4 pages, but it's worth points. So make sure you do it. When you do the survey, that's in Google Forms. It's not connected to Canvas, so Canvas is not going to know you did it. Don't worry if Canvas is saying, "Hey, this is late," or "You didn't do this." Once you've filled it out, I have to go in and mark Canvas that you completed it. Okay. So most of the assignments, though, you'll submit through Canvas. So we talked a little bit about the lecture notes. So for the lecture notes, you'll click on those, you'll watch the video, fill out the notes in your course pack, and then you'll submit them here in Canvas. Okay. So those are due this Thursday by 6 p.m. Um, so most of our stuff is due by 6. Um, if you turn it in by midnight that day, I'll still give you full points. Okay. So if you
I
turn it
have a
in by,
question.
oh yeah, go ahead, Courtney.
Um, I had to order my book. Well, I
Mhm.
had to have it sent to my house.
Sure.
So, because I couldn't get to Jackson to get it.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I don't know
So
if it'll, yeah, I don't
yeah,
know if it'll be there.
if it's so what you'll do, I still want you to watch the videos and fill in the notes. What you'll do is you'll write on a blank piece of paper and submit
Okay.
that. Okay. Um, so once you get your course pack, you can go back and you can fill it in, or you can just hang on to the blank piece of paper. But for any of the assignments, if you don't have your course pack yet, just fill it in on a blank piece of paper and submit that, and you'll be fine. Okay, I'll give you full points on that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So that brings us to back to the important documents. We looked at the syllabus. There's also a link here to the course pack, and this is a digital copy. So another option for you, Courtney, is you could print off just those pages that you need, and you could fill it out that way. Now, don't print the whole thing. Who's gotten their course pack already? Anybody
Out
got the course
like
pack?
some pages and I printed out like a lot.
It's a
Really?
lot.
Because
It's
I didn't know,
500 pages.
so
Do
I
not
know.
print it all out.
Okay.
Who has anyone got the physical copy of the course pack yet?
Yes.
I got
Yeah,
one.
is it big or is it
Yeah.
small?
It's big.
Huge.
It's huge.
It
Yeah.
takes up like my entire 3-inch
Yeah.
binder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would recommend getting two binders because the course pack has the worksheets and the notes. And so that's what I do is I have a separate uh binder for the notes and a separate binder for the worksheets. Yeah, it's huge. Okay. So don't print it off. It's like 500 pages. And how much is that going to cost in ink? That's it's going to be too much. It's free from from the college. So you can get it first floor of the Potter Center from the bookstore. And yeah, if you do need to order it, that's okay. It's $15 for shipping. If they, on when you order it, it'll say like you need to pay like $40. No, it's free. You do not need to pay for it. You're only paying for the shipping. So for $15, I mean, it's still, I mean, it's cheaper than most of the textbooks for other courses, right? Um, but anyway, so it is a bit intimidating. It's big. We are not going to do all of it, but we will do most of it. Okay. And we're going to be doing it in both classes. So Math 033 and 133. So it's kind of like two textbooks combined. Okay. So because the Math 033 is the prerequisite to my class, Math 133. So you're kind of taking two classes. Uh, yeah, so just keep that in mind. So since the prerequisite is Math 033, it's kind of like if you were going to take like Calculus 2, you have to pass Calculus 1 first. You can't just jump into Calculus 2. So if you if you fail Calculus 1, you can't take Calculus 2. So that said, if you fail Cindy's class 033, then you can't pass my class 133 because technically you didn't pass the prerequisite. So anyway, regardless, we're not worried about that. So, okay. So for the course pack though, if you ever do need to look at it online, you can look at the link there. So, um, so we will do all of the notes in the course pack. Okay, so we might not do all the worksheets, but we'll do all of the notes. So for the notes, what you'll do is, like I said a second ago, you'll go for each day, you'll click on the lecture notes that are due, you'll watch the video, and you'll fill out the notes as Alana is talking. Because basically what you're doing is you're constructing the course pack. Okay, people remember things much better if they write it as opposed to read it. So you will just, copy exactly what she's writing, and we'll go back and we'll refer to these notes quite a few times. Okay, so make sure you are following along and writing those. Okay. Okay, so when you watch the lecture notes, you can watch it either here in Canvas, the video is embedded, or you can click on this link right here and it'll take you to YouTube. Um, and so here's the lecture notes here. Okay, so you can watch it either way. If you watch it in YouTube, you just hit play all and it'll play everything. But it has ads, right? So you have to watch the commercials. So if you do it in Canvas, you don't have to watch any ads, but then if you want to watch all of the videos, you have to play them one at a time. It doesn't autoplay. So it's up to you how you want to do it. And so one thing with Alana's audio, YouTube does this weird thing where they like balance the audio. So you might her audio might be a little quieter than we would have liked. So you might have to turn your speakers up. But if you're watching it on YouTube, don't crank it too high because then when the ads come on and they blare and you'll blow out your eardrums. So just be aware of that. Okay, so that is the course pack. So we already talked a little bit about how the course works. So let's go back to, all right, let me collapse everything because I'm getting out of myself. So today we're not doing math, we're just talking about how this course is going to work. On Thursday, we're not doing class. Thursday, August 28th. Good news, you don't have to come to class. There's no math that day. The reason why is because Cindy and Elaine, they're teaching on Mondays and Wednesdays, and next week, Monday, is Labor Day. So if I was teaching, if I taught this week, I'd be teaching 2 days this week, and then Cindy and Elaine would teach 2 days this week. And then next week, I would teach 2 days, but Cindy and Elaine are only getting to teach on Wednesday. So we don't want to get ahead of them. We want to be on the same pace. So they're not teaching on, or they're not having class on Monday because of Labor Day. So I'm not having class on this Thursday. Okay. So that we're on the same pace. So with that said, you will want to try to do these lecture notes before going to Cindy and Elaine's class. So I'm assigning 2.1, so 1.1, 2.1, and 2.2. I'm assigning those today, and they're due on Thursday, the 28th. But tomorrow, Cindy is going to be using material from these lecture notes. You're going to be starting on your first worksheet tomorrow, Wednesday, August 27th. Okay, so it's a good idea to try to watch these lecture notes before Cindy and Elaine's class. Okay, and that's going to be true for all of the lecture notes. Okay, it's technically due on Thursday, and you can do it on you can have it turned in by Thursday, but it's best if you watch them before coming to Cindy and Elaine's class. So because of that, you are totally welcome to work ahead in the lecture notes and go to each of these days and start watching and filling out the lecture notes for any of the future days. Okay, that's a good idea because it is easy to fall behind in this course. There's a lot that we need to cover, and we're not going to be going through it quite as fast as a summer class, but we are going to be going pretty fast through the early material. We'll slow down around the time of the midterm, but that's because the midterm material after the midterm's done, material gets a little more complicated. So at the start, we're going through a lot of stuff very quickly. Later, we'll be going through stuff that's a little more complicated, a little slower. So the class, like I said, this class is no joke. We got we got stuff to get done. So, anyway, so feel free to work ahead on the lecture notes so that when you come to Cindy and Elaine's class, you are ready to go. Okay. By the way, I'm assigning 1.1 lecture notes, not all of chapter 1. So don't watch all of chapter 1 right now. Chapter 1 is all definitions, and there's only like a couple of worksheets on them. So for chapter 1, we will assign those when you need those definitions. So, maybe in chapter 6, there's some definitions from chapter 1 that you'll need. I don't want you to have watched those now and then forgot about all of them when we get to chapter 6. Okay. So anyway, so there's that. Okay, so no class on Thursday. So Tuesday, September 2nd, we will be going over the chapter 1 project, and we'll be using StatCrunch. So you'll need to get in StatCrunch. So we're going to do that in a little bit here. Before we do that, I want to make sure that we go a little farther into the syllabus. So I'm going to jump back over to the syllabus. So the syllabus is in Canvas. I also have a copy here. Okay, we talked about this, talked about the course pack. We'll talk about getting StatLab for StatCrunch in a second. So you'll need to get a scan to PDF app. So when you watch the lecture notes, or when you do the worksheets, those will be in the course pack. So you'll go along, you'll write everything that Alana, says, and you'll write all that down. Then you'll use a scanner app to scan that into Canvas. So for example, when I get done with this lecture notes here, I scroll down to the bottom right here, I'll upload a PDF using a scanner app. So Cindy and Elaine talked about those already, but there's 3 that we recommend. There's Genius Scan and Cam Scanner or Adobe Scan. Okay. Yeah, so there might, and you can, there's a Canvas app where you'll be able to upload those PDFs. Okay. Okay, so there's that. And let's jump back over to the syllabus. Okay, sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit. Okay, so all right, this is what I want to talk about. So the grading scale. So here it is. So there are a couple things you need to do to score well in this to get a good grade in this class. So there's participation in notes, that's 10%. We have worksheets in the class, that'll be 20%. Projects are 10%, and then we have the midterm and the final, and both of those are 30%. So I want to talk about each of these, okay? So first of all, participations and notes. We talked about the notes already, the lecture notes, okay? Those are in Canvas. And so yeah, we've already talked about the lecture notes, okay? So participation though, participation means you come to the class and you're doing that. So good job. So for week 1, you're here, you're on Zoom, you got your participation for week 1. Good job. Okay. So for participation, you need to come to the Zoom on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. You can't just show up and just be a face on the screen or a name on the screen. You do have to, talk or say something in the chat. We want to make sure that you're not just a fly on the wall. But so Tuesdays and Thursdays you come to the class. You don't even have to come to both classes. If you come to one of the classes, either Tuesday or Thursday, you'll get your participation points for that week. Okay. Now, if you don't come to either class, you don't come Tuesday or Thursday, you can still get your participation points, but it's a little more work, okay? If you don't come to either class one week, Tuesday or Thursday, then you'll need to go to the discussion board, okay? So right here, discussion boards in Canvas. I don't have it published yet, so I need to get that published. They'll be at the top, a note here for a discussion board, and you'll go to that week, and there'll be a topic or a video. There might be some questions that you'll respond to, and so you're going to fill out that discussion board. In addition to filling that out, you also have to respond to 2 other people that that commented on the discussion board. Okay. So it's a little more effort, but then just coming to class. So if just come to class, you'll get your points. Okay, it's much easier. But do you have to come to class? No. You can pass this class without coming to any of the Zoom calls. Okay, it's hard to do. Okay, but it's possible. Okay, so if that's the way you want to go, you're going to need to make sure you set aside time in your life to make sure you get everything done. But you can do it. Okay. Okay, so that is the participation and notes. Okay. So next, I'm going to talk about classwork and projects together, because they're pretty much the same. Um, so for the classwork and the projects, you can if you come to the class, we will be doing those in class. Okay. So on September 2nd, we're going to cover the chapter 2 project number 1. And then on Thursday, September 4th, we're going to be covering the chapter 2 review worksheet. Okay. And we'll be doing those in the class. And so by the end of the class, you'll have it completed. You'll have all the right answers, and you just upload it to Canvas. Okay. Or you can do them on your own. If you don't come to the class, you can work on those projects on your own. Okay. The only difference between the worksheets and the projects is the worksheets are in the course pack, and then the projects are mostly on Google Docs. Okay. So the projects will give you a chance to actually use some of the statistics and do things yourself. So that means that some of your answers might be different from mine, and that's fine. Okay. On the worksheets, everybody's going to have the same answer. Okay.
So Joe, I just want to mention real quickly,
Yes,
Joe
please.
does not record his whole entire when you are working on projects and review worksheets. He stops the recording, so you will not be able to watch his recording and get all the answers. If you choose not to come to class, then you'll have to do this on your own. So I do want to point that out. He usually gives hints on a recording, and then he stops the recording and goes over for people that are attending. You get to get all of the correct answers. So like he was saying, it's not required to attend Zoom, but you want to attend Zoom, because then you're guaranteed that you're going to get those correct answers.
Tricky like that. Yeah. So for those of you who don't come to class, there will be recordings with like any important announcements, and I will give you a few hints on things. So yeah. So this recording that I'm doing right now, I'll be uploading it here in Canvas. It'll be under day 1. So you'll be able to go back and watch this if you need. Okay, cool. So that was the worksheets and the projects, the classwork and the projects. So next is the exams, the midterm and the final. So for the midterm and the final, those are scheduled, let's see here. So the midterm is scheduled for Thursday, October 16th. Okay. I'm telling you that now. Make sure you go and ask for time off from work. Make sure you have, if you need to find childcare, October 16th. Okay. That is the day of the midterm. So If you cannot take the midterm, you will be dropped from the class. Okay. So it's 30% of your grade. It's a big deal. Okay. Um, so that's if you take it with me on Zoom. Okay. And that is one option. Okay. The other option is you can take the midterm at the testing center. At the testing center, you'll be able to take it on Tuesday, October 14th, or October 15th, October 16th, or Friday, October 17th. Okay. Friday, October 17th, their hours are a little tighter. So don't, just show up on the 17th at, 3 o'clock and hope you can take it. For October 17th, you'll want to contact the testing center, probably get an appointment. Okay. We'll talk more about this as the midterm gets closer, but I'm telling you now, make sure you set aside time, go ask for time off, make sure that nothing gets scheduled, put it in your calendar for that week. Okay. If you're taking it at the testing center, it's a lot easier because you can schedule it around your life, you can schedule it around your time. And the other nice thing about doing it at the testing center is you have unlimited time. Okay. So, I mean, they close at 6 p.m., right? So, but if you need more time, you get there at noon or get there at 1 o'clock, you have a lot more time than doing it in Zoom with me. Okay. In Zoom with me, I'll be starting what time? So Nina, I'm on Eastern time, so it is 7 o'clock right now, 7 p.m. for me right now. Um, so for the midterm, I'll be starting it at for the morning class, we'll start at 9 a.m. Eastern time and go to noon, so 3 hours. And then for the evening, I'll start it at 6 p.m. and we'll go till 9 p.m. Okay. Um, if you need more than 3 hours, though, you're going to want to do it at the testing center. Okay. So if we're going through this material and you're struggling, you're like, oh man, this is a lot. Or if you've, in the past haven't been a great test taker, you want to do it at the testing center. It's way better. Okay. Um, it's nice and quiet. It's nice. Okay. Um, so if you do take it with me on Zoom, you'll need to have a webcam. I need to be able to see I need to be able to see you, and I need to be able to see your workspace. I need to be able to see your screen. Okay. So right now for the classes, you can have your camera off. That's totally fine. You can have, no big deal. Okay. Um, but for the test, when we do it in Zoom, if you're doing it in Zoom, um, I need to be able to see your screen so I can tell that you're not going on Google, you're not, emailing, you're not looking things up on ChatGPT. I also need to be able to see you, so I can see that you're not on your phone, you're not texting, you're not looking up answers. Okay. Um, some people use their phone for just they join the Zoom on their computer and then they join the Zoom on the phone and use the phone so they as their webcam. I'm fine with that. But anyway, so uh, that's important. Okay. If I cannot see your screen and I cannot see you, I'm not going to be able to you're not going to be able to take the test with me. Okay. And that's a big deal. Okay. Um, okay, so there's that. Okay, so that's the midterm. So the final exam is Thursday, December 11th. So same thing. Take that time off. Make sure you have childcare. Make sure you have, if you have animals, they're put away, so you're not getting distracted. Thursday, December 11th, if you're taking it with me in Zoom. Okay. If you're doing it at the testing center, it'll be the same thing. It'll be Tuesday, December 9th, and then the 10th, and then the 11th, and then Friday, December 12th. Okay. Yeah, I know these say Monday and Wednesday. I have to go back and fix all that. So, but I did make sure this is correct. So the final is Thursday, December 11th. Okay. Um, okay, so that is the midterm and the final. Okay, so there's that. Did I miss anything here? For the midterm and the final, you'll be able to have some things with you. You'll be able to have one 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, front and back, with whatever you want written on it. You'll also be able to have your lecture notes, not your all of your lecture notes. You'll be able to have your exam notes packet. So in the course pack, there's some papers that are yellow. You'll be able to use those on the exam, and they have, all kinds of really useful stuff for formulas and what do these things mean, how to interpret things, you know, cool stuff. And we'll be talking about that in the class, okay? Um, all right, so we don't do extra credit, but I will accept late work. So if it's turned in by midnight, I won't count it as late. If you turn something in after that, I'm going to take 1 point off for each day that it is late, but still do it, turn it in, even if it's late, okay? That's important. Up to 3 weeks, okay? If it's more than 3 weeks late, it's going to get counted as a zero, okay? Um, so there's that. Now, with that said, I mentioned that you don't have to attend the Zoom to pass the class. It's hard to do, but it's possible to, do this class on your own. But if you vanish for 2 weeks and there's no contact, you're not in the class, you don't turn anything in for 2 weeks, you'll get dropped from the class. Okay. And that's not a Joe rule. That's not a Cindy rule. That's not a Jackson College rule. That is a government rule. That is so. I'm going to be a little more diligent with that this semester. Make sure that like if you just completely vanish and no contact, you'll get dropped from the class. Okay. Um, so that said, so pay attention to that. Okay, because getting dropped from the class might have. I mean, if you are struggling in the class, dropping the class is an option, okay? But it might affect other things, okay? So if you are taking this class and you're full time and you drop the class or you get dropped from the class, you might not be full time anymore, and that can affect your housing or it can affect sports. Like you might not be able to play anymore if you're not full time. It could affect scholarships, so things like that. Okay, so just be aware of that. Um, Now, that all said, if this class is a lot, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of math, and nobody likes math, right? I love math, but you guys might not. So, um, so because of that, like if this class is becoming a problem, so dropping it is an option. Okay. Uh, so when that happens, you won't get marked as a zero. Like if you fail the class, you get a 0 or a 0.5. That's going to affect your GPA. Okay, and that's not great. Okay, because other colleges or other jobs are going to look at that. But if you withdraw from the class before the last day to withdraw, if you get dropped, then it will show up on your transcript as a W, but it won't count against your GPA. Okay. Um, and that's okay. Okay. I actually, when I first started in college, I was like, okay, I love school. I love learning and stuff. So I'm going to take 18 credits, and it was too much. I I had a class that was just impossible, and so I withdrew from that, and so I have a W on my transcript. And some people say W stands for wisdom, like this was too much. So uh, yeah. Anyway, so no hard feelings if you don't enjoy my class and you need to drop. So but pay attention to, talk with an advisor, talk with me, talk with Cindy about if you are considering doing that. Okay. Okay, so with that all said, I mean, you guys are here for a reason, right? A lot of you guys, I know a lot of you are freshmen, might be your first class, might be your first semester, first time in college. Some of you I know are coming back. You might be, this is your second year or whatever, but you're not here just because you love math. I mean, maybe you love math. Maybe that's why you're here. But most of you are here, for a reason. Like, in high school, you have to be there. Okay. But, in college, like you're paying for the class or someone is paying for this class, and you have a goal. You are here because maybe you need this for to transfer to another college. Maybe you're here because you need this for the nursing program or the nutrition program. Um, or maybe you need this for a gen ed, right? But you have a goal. Okay. So uh anyone want to be brave and tell me why are you here? Why are you taking this class? Statistics. You can drop it in the
It's
chat, or
required
it's required
for one
for
of my prereqs for my computer science degree.
computer science. Oh, nice. I love computer science. I wish I had minored in computer science. So my minor's in physics, but yeah, not as useful. Anyone else?
Yes, I go. I'm retaking this class. I took it before in the summer of 2024 and I dropped it. So it's one of my prereqs. Um,
Okay.
I'm in I'm in school for dental hygiene and I'm
Okay.
actually almost done. And this is my last, well, no, I gotta repeat microbiology and human biology because I got a 2.0 and they want a 2.5. But
Mm, so close.
this,
Oh,
yes, statistics and microbiology and human biology is my last class
great.
that I need to take. So I've been going to school for a while, been sticking in there, and it's been a
Okay.
struggle, but I'm
Yeah.
getting there.
Well, I'm proud of you. So, Aaron's here
Thank
for
you.
nursing and social work. Looks like Nina's here for business administration. So you guys are here for a reason. You have a goal. So keep that goal in mind as you're going through this class, because you know, I don't want you to feel like, oh man, this is a drag. No, this is because you want to be here. Okay. Nobody's here because they're like being forced. Okay. So required for the nursing program. All right. So with that in mind, you're going to want to schedule some time in your life to do the lecture notes, to do the math, to do the homework. Okay. So uh, you're going to watch the lecture notes on your own time, and you're going to come to the Zoom and do the worksheets and the projects with me. But make sure you schedule that time for yourself, okay? Maybe you say like, okay, every uh, Tuesday morning, I'm going to wake up early because I'm an early riser. I'm going to get up at 6, and then I'm going to watch the lecture notes at 7, okay? Or maybe it's you like you're a night owl like I am. You're going to come to the Zoom with me, and then right after that at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you're gonna watch the lecture notes. Okay, so schedule that time in your life. Okay, because if you say to yourself, "Well, I'm gonna work on math when I have some free time, when I get to it," okay, when I have a moment of in my busy schedule, then it's not going to happen. Because if you have free time, like no one's going to want to choose to do math when you could go and do streaming, or you could you just hang out with your family, or what I like to do in my free time. All of these are board games. I like playing board games. I like designing games, and so like even me, like I love math, but if I had to choose between that and playing some games or video games or whatever, yeah, I'm not going to get the math done. Okay. So you have a goal in mind, schedule that time in your life. Okay. Set it aside in your schedule now. Okay. Okay, cool. So I'll get off my soapbox and we'll keep going through this. Um, all right. So we talked about all that. We talked about this. So, uh, okay, we don't want to have to talk about cheating in AI, but if you are using ChatGPT or Chegg or any of those like that, there are ways that I'll be able to tell, and you will not get credit for those. So just be aware of that. Okay, so important dates. Midterm is there, finals there. Okay. Yep. That's everything in here. So we got that. Um, okay, so that brings us to uh um, okay, that brings us to StackCrunch. So um in this class, we aren't going to use like physical calculators, but there's two sites that we're going to be using to do our math. So the first is Desmos. So if you type in desmos.com, this is a calculator where, if you need to know what 33 times 99 is, you can do that here. Um, I can't quite do that one in my head. So I guess if I had to, I could. But if you ask me what the square root of whatever is, yeah, you'll want to use Desmos, okay? And you can use Desmos on the exam, okay? So it's free, just desmos.com. So the other one is StatCrunch. And StatCrunch is where we'll be able to do a lot of cool stuff like standard deviations, and we'll do some graphing. So, I mean, Excel can do some statistics, but we're going to be using StatCrunch because it's a little bit easier to do. Okay. So to get to StatCrunch, if you haven't got an account already, you're going to need to do this part one time. So here we are in Canvas, okay? And I would click on Access Pearson. And that's going to bring me to this site where it says Open Pearson, and I'll do that. And it already has my information. You'll notice that I need to use my JCC MI EDU email. Okay. So don't use your personal email. You're going to use your Jackson College one. Okay. But what you'll do is you'll hit create account, and then you'll fill this in. Your username is going to be your my.jccmi.edu email. Okay. Whatever password you put in here, make sure you remember it. Okay. If you need to write it down, I support that. Okay. Um, I'm not worried about people hacking into your Pearson account. So make sure that you have your password. Okay. Because you can use it on the exam. Okay. So you can use StatCrunch. So what I don't want to have happen, I don't want to hear like, you know, it's time to take the midterm and you're like, oh, I can't get in a StatCrunch. It's like, okay, well, I can't help you now. It's the day of the exam. So, or I forgot my password, right? So, yes, that username is already being used. Yes. So once you hit create account, it's gonna take you to a screen. I should get a screenshot of what it looks like. It's gonna take you to a screen where at the top you'll be able to choose. There's like one option for which course, and then it'll take you to my stat lab, and then you'll have an account. Okay. Once you've done that one time, you don't need to do it again. Okay. Instead, you'll just go to statcrunch.com. Okay. And here it is, statcrunch.com. So in the upper right where it says not signed in, I will sign in using my Pearson username and password that I just did. Okay. So sign in, and I'll hit open StatCrunch, and here it is. This is StatCrunch. Okay. Um, so if you use your personal email, it's yeah, it's my Jackson email is not loading. If you use your personal email, yeah, it'll still show the class, but it might require you to pay. If you go to a paywall, if you hit something that says you need to pay for this, don't stop there. Okay, we'll contact the Jet store. Let me know, and I'll get you the contact information. So you do not have to pay to use StatCrunch. Okay. Um, yeah, it's free. So if you're using this Access Pearson button, it should already be aware that you are coming from the Math 133, and it should already be aware that you're using this code Hopkins 13176 for the fall. Okay, so if you already have an account from a previous class or from something else, that's fine. Okay, but some of these expire, like this one I think is expiring in 6 days. So I don't want to have you have a account on your personal email and then it expires the day of the midterm. Okay, so just pay attention to that. So um okay, so that is StatCrunch. We talked about the survey. Make sure you fill out the survey. We talked about the
I have a
discussion
quick
board.
question.
Yes, that was my next thing is what does everybody have for questions? Go ahead, Emily.
So when I go to the StatCrunch and it comes up with a screen that says view the data sets from your textbook in StatCrunch, visit StatCrunch website, or continue using StatCrunch if you pay blah 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 blah.
Mm, gotcha. So, is that what it says when you go to statcrunch.com?
No, that's when I go through the
Oh, through
whole
the Pearson thing. Yeah. So
Pearson thing.
once you have an account, you can just close that window and just go to statcrunch.com. You'll just type it in your address bar, statcrunch.com,
Okay,
and
perfect.
you'll be all set. So it sounds like you did everything you need to, so you can close that window. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah, no problem. So uh we will so I'll stop the recording and we'll go over anybody has issues with StatCrunch. But before we do that, does anyone have any other questions on anything? Anything I missed? Anything you want to know? Okay. All right, if that's the case, so I'll stop my screen share here and I'll stop the recording and I will we're going to have so no class on Thursday, but I will talk to you guys again on September 2nd. Cindy, we'll see you tomorrow. Cindy and Elaine will see you tomorrow for the Math 033 class. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend,
Wait a
a
minute.
good
I'm
holiday.
sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Nina.
Hello. Okay. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have asked my question when you said, "Do you got any questions?"
You got any questions? Yeah.
But my question is regarding to StatCrunch.
Okay, yeah.
So as I was telling Miss Cindy yesterday, I'm the one that had the little issue with
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
login in.
Yep.
And so I am using my personal email due
Mm-hmm.
to the fact that I first used Jackson's email and it did not allow me to log back in after the
Sure.
situation. However, I wonder because I'm using my iPad and I can't access it through my iPad because of Safari. I can only
Mm.
access it through my phone.
Uh,
What is what's going on? What help
Okay,
me?
yeah. Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna stop the recording here and we'll go over a bunch of StatCrunch questions for everybody individually. So, but for those of you who don't have any StatCrunch questions, you can drop off. So,